Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Magical Poppin' for the Super Famicom. In the last video, we made our way through the mountain valley that was Stage 3, and now we're in a castle in the clouds for Stage 4. So without any further ado, let's begin. And there's not much to this area, so we can just make our way to the right as we jump across the stairs. These look like enemies. They are enemies. Get under one, start striking upwards. When you knock the guy back, you can jump up and do the second slash to drive the point home. That they are not to be in your way. And now, in case you need health, well, definitely stars, but also health, you can go up there. This turret will shoot lasers at you, and you want to be on the move to ensure that you don't get hit. Let's jump up some more stairs and make our way to the right. And we get to face a demon. It's the same demon that we faced at the end of Stage 1. Guess what? We can hit him with the grappling hook. I kid you not. And if you can time it right, and press B and A simultaneously with the grappling hook equipped, really, you can hit this guy with the grappling hook. And this guy just keeps doing the dive attack. He doesn't seem to be particularly happy that I'm still hitting him. Thankfully, we'll be getting some health to make up for that subpar performance, but much easier when you remember his attacks, and you can also remember you can get up here and more easily hit him with a grappling hook. Also, this water acts as a conveyor belt, and it will push you back. Prepare to see that water again. And as we go through here, we'll be opening up these chests that sometimes contain bombs, but also contain health and stars. We want to go up down there next, but I don't want to do that quite yet because we want to go to the center there. Also, these we have two new enemies here, the ice dragons. They're most like the fire dragons from Stage 1, but they shoot ice cubes at you. And the penguins, which just move back and forth, and if they stop to look back and forth, if they stop to look around, they're about to slide into you, so you want to hit them before that happens. Wanted to go up here first because you can find not one but two statue heads to get closer to an extra life with, which is really good. Now I can go down here. Don't forget that boss that we fought, not the only enemy you can hit with the grappling hook. Also, if you crawl over here, the spike platforms won't be able to hurt you. And I was able to take these enemies down. There is a demon in here, one of the statue demons. Had to take care of it in case I could get health. And, well, we couldn't find anything, so let's just go in here. I'm going to take care of the fish here first, on the off chance that I could get some health. And then we're going to get some grappling hook action before we go over here. If you want to take care of the penguin, use a laser. It'll go through these little walls here. And also, we want to be careful on the jump because you can hurt yourself. Thankfully, there are stars and health in case you need them. And now, this part. Need to look around first. I see what's going on here. So, Mr. Extendo Arms here now has the ability to throw rocks at you. And he stays on this platform the whole time. Well, I guess he kind of will because we're near him the whole time. You want to jump to the right and throw a bomb at him. That'll ensure that he's gone for the rest of the time that you're here. And if you spend too long on that platform, it does drop down. Let's go in here to continue on. I mean, you need his stars. Now you know how to get them. There are some spiked balls here that will swing back and forth. And we also have these balls that bounce back and forth too. And then we have this area. There is a statue face. There's a face right there that shoots a 5-way shot from way off screen, and I don't like that at all. And if I could take care of the enemies here, I could get some health. That ain't gonna happen. Want to be very careful. Especially when you try to jump over there, because the enemy face's projectiles will try to hit you. And you may not be doing the best health. Stop hitting me! You may not be doing the best health-wise by the time you get here. And once you somehow get on this platform safely, you need to face right and keep slashing with the sword, so that way the projectile that comes at you, which will hit you and knock you back no matter what, can be hit with the sword. You can hit those projectiles with your sword. But, man, come on. This... Why? Why, the game developers, why? Anyway, you want to drop down into the left immediately before you die because... health extension. That one part right there and the immediate aftermath is harder than it has any right to be. And there's also a fake wall right here that also takes you to some stars. Remember, if you need to get rid of the projectiles, you can always slash at them or use your abilities. And now we have locked doors. This right here is a switch. This switch just lets loose some penguins. Just destroy them and you can continue on. And we have 3 lit torches and 1 unlit one. We can't light it yet. And now we have this area. And it looks like we have some ice blocks to melt, which I will have to melt eventually. And I believe I have to go to the left? Or is it the right? Yeah, we do have to go in here. Be very careful, because the laser can still hit you. Don't forget you can crawl and still push this onto the switch, so you can open the door. And by hitting this switch, you get a bunch of stars if you need them. Go through the door on the right, and we'll have to face some more of these big dudes. Just keep jumping forward and striking. And once these guys are down, stand on this platform, hold down, press B, you'll drop down to our next power-up. So we now have a flamethrower. We have magic fire now. It costs 3 stars to use, and you have to hold the button down. As you hold the button down, you'll be able to use the flamethrower more. And it will and your star count will go down by 3 the longer you use the flamethrower. And if you press select, you'll do a magical fire spell, which is another screen clearing attack. Takes 20 stars. And if you need stars, you can find some right here, just in case you want to practice with this thing. Thankfully, I know what I'm doing. And by having this thing equipped, we can melt this ice and continue on. We're back here now. We're going to avoid all the lasers and all the platforms. And we're going to light this torch to get a hidden door leading to some cool stuff. You don't have to do this, but I strongly recommend it you do. Because inside are 3 statue heads, which is enough for an extra life, and another one. Nice. Pays to go in here. Now we need to go to the right here and melt these ice blocks to get into this door. And now we have another boss. This royal-looking snowman who will jump around and try to hit you. You need to hit him in the head. And make sure that his fists don't hit you. He does have that attack where he sends his body at you. And you just need to just get the higher ground so that way it doesn't hit you. And apparently his hands do a good job of following me around. And while he's flashing, you can actually just go through him to avoid the body attack. And that's pretty much it. Not a very difficult boss at all. And now we should be able to head further to the right, where the music gets a little more serious. Now here, we do have spikes on the walls that the water will push us into, so we have to be careful. Also, make sure you jump up, so when you see the two plants, you'll also see the icicles. The icicles drop down when you get close enough to them. And there is also a platform that vanishes in and out. Want to be very careful as we make use of it, so that way we can get to the grappling hook and then get to this door. Now here, you have to avoid the balls of ice that come at you as you go through here. There is another chest right here, if I can get to it. And if I can get to it, I can just get to some more stars. Sadly, there isn't such a thing as a grappling hook anywhere in this room, so you just kind of have to really just run and jump your way over the ice balls, which not a big fan of due to the speed of how quickly the ice balls generate. Not fun, that. And now we need to ride on these platforms with the spikes in the sides. Hopefully without getting hurt a whole bunch, so we can get to this door. The game is getting really overboard with some of the stuff here. And we need to use the jumping board here to hit this switch. And we have a limited time to get up these platforms before they disappear. Or else you have to go all the way back to the switch. Also, there's nothing here, apparently. That ceiling is just there to just keep the platforms that are moving up and down there where they are. And now we have more bouncy balls and another face spitting lasers at us, as well as another statue head. I'll gladly take that. And there's a way to drop down here for some reason. And if you know what you're doing, you can easily... Stop it! You can easily stand between the balls as you hurry your way over to this door before it closes. And you can strike the icicles. Who would have guessed? That's nice. Glad to see you can do that. This room. This is the hardest one. The switch to my right opens the door above us. But I don't want to do that. Because I want to get to the stuff that's here. I want to get to what's in the chest first and also take care of the enemy. That is blocking the door. Once I get rid of him, I don't have to deal with him for as long as I'm still in the room. So now that we got the enemy taken care of, and we need to really get the timing down, because it'll be essential not just to get to this chest, but also to get to the door that is closed up there. Your feet are up. Why aren't you going up? Yikes. There we go. And then here's another statue head, which I'm going to need. Especially since it brings my lives up to 8. And I messed this up pretty badly. I'm just going to wait for the... Yeah, you don't have a lot of time. Somehow I made it with minimal trouble, though. And once you get through here, you just go through the last stretch. It may feel a little long at this point, especially if you haven't known what to do. But trust me, you're nearly there at this point. Defeat all the enemies, get all the stuff. Once you defeat all the enemies, you can go through this door. And we have these enemies again. Apparently the game expects you to forget all about these enemies. Thankfully, I haven't. And once you take them down, you can just go over here to the right. And we have our... Actually, we don't have our boss battle. That's the next room. We have some stars and health, which the game is being pretty generous with as we go through here. And we can go through this room to have our boss battle. Stay, for the first part of this, stay near the fish. And when the fish goes all the way up, duck down so you don't get hit. Once you bring this enemy down to half health, watch out, watch where the fish surfaces. And you don't want to get too close to the edge, otherwise the fish will change direction. Or maybe he will. I'm not sure. But what you want to do is hit this fish with the fire. So that way, you don't get hurt as you're doing all this. Really? This boss loves to change direction. And before you ask, yes, this is the best way that you can do this. You're kind of expected to do this, actually. But we have beaten the fish boss. We now have 20 more stars and our health refilled. And we are now heading on to stage 5. Which we will tackle in the next video. So join me next time where we go through stage 5. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!